Like, listen, this is a card that is very annoying for our opponent. We get the same damage, but it will be way more on the next one. And we can go with the Cutthroat, so we can amplify it even more. They also don't know what cards we have, so it's very hard to play against around it. Sure, I think we will make a challenge, and we'll try to actually kill them in time. Alright, they got a card. Good for them. No way! This guy is a magician. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today deck that absolutely crushed it in High Mythic. And man, we went 5 wins, 1 loss, and 1 loss was the mana screw. So this deck honestly seems unstoppable for a very good reason, because we have some extremely good additions with Spectral Sailor and the Cutthroat. Cards that you know from Historic maybe, if you ever played it, and I played with them and against them for a long time, and they're extremely powerful. This scales like crazy and gives you all the damage you ever need, while, you know, drawing with Geeks and Enduring Curiosity is so much easier if you have 1 mana flesh creature. If they attack you with mouse and tap the mana for like a 2-drop mouse, you can just trade this against the hero, which means this is basically 1 mana cut down in many scenarios. Or just, you know, something that draws you cards with Geeks and Curiosity, or something you ninjutsu Kaito with. So you get so much value from this. And honestly, this video will be pretty action-packed, so let's go into the games. But first, our absolute legend for today, Blob Zombie, our superstar on the channel. Really thank you, man, not only for your support, but also, you know, for all the positivity, for, you know, all the comments since such a long time, and yeah, just making channel a better place altogether. And honestly, I wish you a great breakfast. This deck is for you. This one is super action packed, so I think you will like it. And guys, we also have memberships right now, so you can join and get all the early access to the videos, which is pretty cool. And with that being said, let's go to action. Have fun, guys. Alright, we have the Master... man, every time you have a counter spell, it feels so much easier and so much better. Do we go with the Reef? We kinda have a room on turn 3, but we might go with Spell Stutter into the card. I will take a risk and play the Reef right now. And that also means... okay, we don't need double black, because this will be blue mana on the next turn. Alright, and we made the right call. So we can go with this. We really want to go with the Cutthroat first, because especially we can protect it. That's an annoying one. So we need to cut it down, or Spell Stutter, probably cut it down, which means we cannot play the Cutthroat. I'm not in love with this play. We could also... no, like we need to kill it. Like, it's kinda important that they don't get disadvantage. The fact that they know our hand is already insanely good for them. So this bat, even though it died instantly, it actually super helped our opponent. It broke completely our game plan. Just by, you know, forcing a reaction on the turn we didn't want to react. So now we also don't have 3 mana play, basically, which is cut down plus 2-drop, and we have a lot of those. We cannot pump the Cutthroat, so we have a lot of things to do. And let's go with the Mastermind, because they are probably waiting with removal, so we don't want to lose the Cutthroat. Alright, it is what it is, but you know, expected. And now we need to get into this Curiosity. Having another counter spell is kinda nice. I guess the Mastermind is better with the counter spells, but I generally like Cutthroat so much more. Man, that's such a problem that they know our hand. I guarantee would win this game if they didn't know the hand. Alright. So they probably have 2 of them, and I guess they're trying to bait the first. Man, this had to be tough. Like, this is as painful. Man, we missed 2 full turns on a tempo deck. That's really not where you wanna be. However, we can go with the Cutthroat into... that's a good card, what can I say? I don't want to get so I'm banking that they don't have another bat. And they need to make another play. They don't know about this counter spell, so this one will get them way better. Alright, I remembered, but I don't remember. From a graveyard, this turn. And that's a token. That's a very good creature. It's also a demon, so they are preparing those annexes. Oh boy, I think we have to Spell Stutter this. This is not exactly where we want to be. If they go for 5 mana negotiations, I mean, they know what we'll do, that's the problem. Man, if they didn't know our hand, I think we would catch them off guard so many times, but now they can tailor the game perfectly. So this bat completely changed the game. Okay, this will be a bit weird, but I will go with this one. Not only they have seen it, but also if we have 4 mana and only 2 cards, and we are using 1 turn to play this, they know about it, by the way. So I mean, let's just go with the big stuff, you know? We can also draw 2 cards. You know what? By the way, I should probably just play Curious. I got so excited by this draw, I forgot how the cards work. You know, the usual. And taking 2 extra cards is actually meant everything completely calculated. So they might play a sweeper, but it's not as amazing. And if we draw a land, we can even draw cards with Reef. So we are behind. But now with all this cardo, we are on the verge of starting to dominate. Like completely. If they give us 1 good turn, we completely overtake the game. They have something more, so this will be Siren for sure. They don't want to discard cards, which is funny. And I will go with Curiosity because it doesn't lose the effect. Praetor loses effect if we sacrifice it. They might have Anoint with Affliction, which is a bit of a punish. Okay, that's fine. Because they don't know that we have this, and this is how we win the game probably. Another 2 cards, and Sloth again too excited to actually think about using map tokens. Just the usual, but you can see that slowly we are getting to this huge card advantage. Alright, do I target something? Do I want a Siren? So if they played like this, that kinda means they don't have a sweeper, right? So Siren would be amazing, especially that they need to kill Curiosity, they need to kill Geeks, and they also need to get rid of the enchantment. They can do it with some cards, like Terra Sunder into Anoint with Affliction, or any kind of removal, but it's not as easy. So you generally, when you play like this, you want to give different pieces that each works completely differently, so it's always a problem for your opponent. They probably have double enchantment removal, it seems. Right? If they kill this, that means they have 2. Which is interesting, because Geeks is still here, so... Alright. Oh, very interesting, but we have Reef. We actually have Reef. Alright then. It's a little bit short term, I guess, but, you know, it's fine. It's fine. And it's also a lot of damage. So when we have enough... Oh man. When we have enough stuff so we can make the full turn out of this, we stop using Reefs. Are you serious? The best card from the whole deck just from the... Are you serious, man? So we want to go into Cutthroat, into Curiosity, then swing all with the Reef. Not amazing, but... I mean, we need to roll with it. So they want to go Annex, but they might draw something even better. Man, if not this draw, the game was over. But with this, they actually have insane chance to come back from this. Oh, they can also deal 8 damage, cause why not? Yeah, I guess we need to start going for the refund. Alright, as expected. They don't have counter spells, so I guess there is no point in playing around stuff, I guess. Not happy about this particular card. Man, if they didn't draw it, the game is just over. Like, we get so much more card advantage every turn that it's just crushing them. They probably have 1 removal at least. I hope they don't have 2, so maybe we can draw 2 cards. I cannot activate the Reefs because then I don't have mana to play spells that I need. Yeah, they have something, but they might even wait for our turn. They know about counter spells that we might draw them, so they might be forced to play right now. Sailor is... I mean, it's acceptable, it can block the demon at instant speed. And now the question, how hard you want to attack? We're not winning probably on this turn. I expect only one of those creatures will hit. We can go with the Reef. But then we can only go for the Sailor. They can deal a lot of damage, man. And they can also go with the Cottage. Listen, I will go like this. I really hope we can hit with 2. We probably won't be able to. But what can you do? What can you do? I mean, why not, right? But we're still drawing 2 cards and we don't need to pay life. So there's that. We need to start doing better than our opponent, because so far their top decks are amazing. And I'll be honest, this is amazing top deck. This is exactly what we needed. Right, we need to count the mana. So I need probably 3. That means we can go for at least 1 map token, and then I guess this is something we will block with, so let's spam the Cutthroat. Yes. Yes, please. I could get 1 more. I hope it doesn't give anything away. That also means this is a huge target, so they might get a little bit scared. This will probably kill them on the next turn, especially with the reefs. So we are very close to stabilizing thanks to drawing Go for the Throat. We'll try to force them to, you know, go around Siren. That hopefully gets some commitment from them. Or maybe not. If they play another Ritual Chamber, it will be a bit hard to go through it. But I think we can force a block. So let's play like this. We get all the counters from on Cutthroat, and I guess they see Kaito, so they know that the blocker won't make a difference. So let's see how they play it. They only have 2 random cards, so it shouldn't be super powerful. And right now they're okay, 1 card. Liliana of the Veil. I think they lost. This is probably not good enough. I told you we are on the verge of completely taking over the game. It was just like 1 or 2 different draws. And sure, let's go for the Siren.
Haven't you ever heard of personal
And they cannot
space?
go for the cottage. So I think they need to draw an instant removal here. Otherwise they cannot defend against the Cutthroat because they have nothing. This is already damage and we can pump there. So they literally need to draw a removal. Let's see if they are good at magic. Nope. Nope. So they needed to go for the throat to kill this, and then they could try to play the game out of this. Alright, so our opponent is on the play with some Dimir action. Is that Zultai? They like the card. We definitely go for this. I think we go with the Verge and just go into 3-drop with another Reef. We will have a lot of work to do. I hope it's not Zultai, because I think we have more leverage if we don't, have to fight against the founding of the third path on turn 2 and Screaming Emergence on turn 3. Oh boy. You know what? Just seeing their hand is something that is too tempting for me. I just cannot, not go for it. Oh boy. Oh boy. So this is their next play. We can also... This one is interesting. I think I have to go with this. We also have another bat, so we can go for Raskas 4. Yeah, let's just go with this. This will be harsh, man. Oh boy, I'm kinda scared, not gonna lie. Alright. Get poison. They get a lot of cards. Do we want to go with Kaito? Well, definitely not because of Raskas 4, right? I will highlight this, but I'm reading the other one. Sacrifice. Oh, so we can choose. But then if we bounce this, yeah. Okay, so honestly we go with the Reef and we keep the counter spell, I think. And then we go with the Cutthroat. If they don't do nothing, we counter if they do something. That's kind of okay. The bad lifelink of course doesn't make it too hard of a difference. I'm not sure what to think about the tail. Draw a card. So on turn 4 we need to have them killed. You know what? Sure, I think we will make a challenge and we'll try to actually kill them in time. Alright, they got a card. Good for them. No way! This guy is a magician. Wow, they got a lot of cards with this one. And no priority, however. So, guys, there was no priority moment ago. What's up, bro? Alright, this card. That makes sense. So, we need to do a lot of things because we will die soon. I would love to go for Kaito. They have Raskas Call, so I'm not sure what to think about this. We could go for gigs and try to... Man, this hits the curve so bad. Right, I want to get those extra cards, because we need to do a lot of stuff. It kinda adds to the damage quite nicely, but it also means that we should hit lands, we should hit some counter spells. Perfect, this is a very nice draw. You know, not like crazy big deal, oh now we win, but you know, it's still something that we can add to the board on the same turn, or one of the few 1 mana plays. And it also draws cards with gigs, so it should be helpful. So I want to go into Bats, Spell Stutters, Kaito, all of this stuff. And they, even though they have so much value, they still have 5 mana, right? I think they play the land. Yep. As you can see. Well, what about this one? And suddenly Kaito is better, and we didn't really lose much. They only have 2 mana here. So this really messes them up. Our best creature is still here. We will sacrifice this, and yeah, they wanted to force some hard decisions on us, but we didn't give them. And we have 2 turns, man, before we get absolutely spammed with poison. I'm not sure if we can win in time, but I'll try. We could go with the Reef, guys. They probably have 1 removal at least. So I could go with the Bat into Kaito, but there's not much I want to, you know. I guess Spell Stutter is very nice interaction. It negates one of the big plays. But do I want to... Man, this is hard. This is only what? 7 damage. We can counter 1 of it. Right, I have an idea. Maybe we can sneak a little bit. I'm not going for the Reef, so that's very aggressive by us. But I hope I have 1 more turn to go for it. And with Counterspell, we should we can prevent removal. So having extra creature is kind of the same as countering, you know, some removal. And I hope we go into blockers. We are not going for the blockers. I mean, I think it's a good play. Not only we got all the extra cards. Do I want to go Kaito? This is extremely powerful card. And we can go for the emblem. Which means we hit harder. Like, listen, this is a card that is very annoying for our opponent. We get the same damage, but it will be way more on the next one, and the hexproof is all the difference. Alright. I wanted to get a lot, I'll be honest. But is this worth activation, or we just go for 1 I'm going for 1 extra damage. This is very greedy, but they need to Raskas fall against Kaito, so Kaito alone might finish the game. We'll see, we'll see. I'm not sure who will win. We're only at 2 points. Oh man, oh the pain. The pain is real. Man, if they didn't get all those extra cards with Tale of Tamir, like on turn 1, I think they drew 3 cards, right? So if not those 3 cards, they would have 1 card, and that's it. That's the full gameplay. So they can kill this, get the Anoint with Affliction. Really? That is very interesting. So we can go with the Reef for 5 damage, but then we don't get any pressure. We could also go with double. I think we go with this. They are fully tapped, so we know that we can go for this. They didn't like gigs really much. Let's see the card. Can they go? I don't think they have enough, right? They can deal a lot of poison, but not all of it. That probably also, like, they need to pay the mana, right? Yeah, I think I want some interaction. Alright, this was a little bit stronger than I would love it to be. 1, 2, they definitely can deal like 3 poison, but I don't think they can go above like 5. And I didn't really see too many, like they have Whisper of the Draws, right? 1, 2. So they should, it's around 4 poison, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 6. And we can, they know about Cutthroat, that's a bit of a problem. And I think they need to target everything at the same time, so if they double target Whisper... Alright, what are the cards? Edict, Whisper, and Augury. So they still have 1 more mana. Alright. Show me. Let's see the full targets. They will get annoyed, so that will be a bit of a problem. They go for the bat, so that's probably something we'll be losing anyway. Alright, so I'm okay with this one. As you can see, they're heavily tapped. I'm not sure if they have another Whisper. I think if we do it right, there is a chance we might actually kill them on the next turn. Is there anything here? They cannot go for Anoint. And Edict will force us to... I mean, we can get the Praetor. Let's see, if they don't have Whisper, I think we win the game. And it feels that they actually have it, but I'm not sure. Maybe that was just Proliferate. Right, we can kill them with Reef. I think that's it. I think it works. Let's go. Can I win? Oh my god, we got it. I told you, we can tank it, but I was really scared for this, activation. But I like it. It was a pretty good game. Alright, we're going first. Our opponent is top 500, so we would love to win this one. And I think we have some potential here. Man, having this as a surprise is really good overall. Alright, Swift Spear. Here you are. Here you are. We could wait with this. Do I super care about this curve? I guess this is 1 damage, so it would take us really long to get back this damage, so I think we just go with it. And I also thought that maybe we draw Kaito, who knows? And yeah, let's swing. I want to go with the bat. It's not a bad card, honestly, but it's... well, we get Kaito with this. We go with the bat, but I really think we go with the Cutthroat. It's not super amazing because our next play was like during our turn. And we don't have 1 mana play, so we cannot go 2 into, 2 and 1. So we will see. The swing is okay. I mean, if they pump it, we might even go for this, but I would prefer to have this in the board when I start doing stuff. Sure. Perfect. And this aid removal, that should be for the Cutthroat. I'm not casting anything because they might play a land. So they obviously took a 1-lander, which is super risky. But we can go like this. Do I want Kaito? I don't think I do. I really don't think I do. And I think we go with this. Because if we get 1 or 2 extra cards, that should be enough to get, basically more control over the game. Land for the next turn is amazing. That means Batin to go for the throat, and this can lifelink. Then we can Kaito, hardcast without ninjutsu. That's fine. That's fine. We already got some value back from this. And the damage isn't super high. I'm taking it. Bro. Oh yes. Let's see the cards. We want to get rid of every burn spell. Oh boy, oh my god, they have 2. So they probably want to go with the Slick Shot. Each opponent. So okay, this can be ignored. We would go for the can you give me? Alright. Burst Lightning. So yeah, we could go for this one. And then this probably would keep removal for the next one. And that should be enough because it would pump the Cutthroat. And we want up 500, so pretty decent. Alright, we have the Cutthroats, and you know what? They need to be enough. We don't have too much mana, so we might have some issues with getting to, our Cardo engine. So not perfect hand, but we'll try to make it perfect. I mean, it's acceptable. The problem is that they see the full hand, so they should take just shuffler things, So they will keep removal right now, which wouldn't be the case normally. Alright, do you think they have a cut down? They probably do. Here's the cut down. I mean, this is one of those games where you just play your cards and see, who the shuffler decided to name the champion, basically. Annex. Alright, so they know the risk, they know the punish. We have go for the 4, that's interesting. Maybe we can catch the demon. This is really good for them, and this is really good for us. Alright, with this draw, there is a chance. They are drawing 2 cards a turn, and so are we, but I think they will get ahead very quickly. Our start wasn't as explosive as we needed it, and cut down really negated fully our rest of the pressure. So they can start killing it, but so they have cut downs obviously. That means Geeks is a bit more resistant to removal. But alright, that's fine, that's fine. We have Curiosity. Barrens, definitely an interesting one. So I could get one card, but I think we get more. Oh, they know about it. I mean, the fact that they know about it is a huge deal. Right, no priority. That was kinda important because they could have cut down and we would basically get nothing. A very extremely bad draw. So our hand is not where we want it to be. We're not aggressive enough, but I think we are putting a little bit pressure right now. So Annoyed with Affliction cannot ever target Curiosity, unless they play, of course, you know, the correct deck. They don't know about... See, this is how important it is that they don't know about the cards. Suddenly, they're playing into our hand, because they don't know about it. That means we are getting 2 new cards and a lot of new damage. And we can go with the Cutthroat, so we can amplify it even more. They also don't know what cards we have, so it's very hard to play around it. One card is amazing, the second card is absolutely not. You can always just use one land and go Kaito with it. Sure. Alright. Alright. This could be interesting. I think we can do enough pressure. We can play Kaito and tap this. Yeah, I honestly think that is enough. So we play this gets pumped, because we need to play it on their turn. And honestly, this is more damage still, so let's sacrifice the weakest one. And that's... Okay, with this hit we actually won. Because now we go Kaito. And you can see how insane this deck is. We tap it, and we swing. We also have the Bat. Oh man, I got so excited. Like, I felt like a mono-red for a moment, just swinging and not understanding what's going on. Alright, as you can see, even with really bad draw, we actually crashed it, honestly. We are going first, which is nice. We don't have too many creatures. We basically have only 2 drop outside of the Bat. So this could be interesting. We have Stutter, so that will help a lot. Alright. Okay, Kaito is perfect. Oh man, this is such a good draw. I really think we have to go for the Bat. I should check the priority, so that was a bit... Oh, so they know that we will take the only creature. I mean, yeah. I will give him a good game, because I know the pain. You basically have one creature and hope that opponent cannot remove it, and if opponent can remove it, you are basically done. There is nothing more you can do, and this is why I don't like this type of aggro decks being too prevalent in the meta, because it's like, yeah, you draw cards and you know the result. This is probably a cut down target. What do they have when this enters? They have the protection spell. I think this will be a bit dicey, but we can do something about it. We can go for Curiosity. Then they can... Okay, we need to think about this. If I had 1 more mana, we would play a little bit differently. But for now, if I play Kaito, that's not amazing. So what happened? So, okay, if I play Curiosity, they will play Shelter by Ghost, play a land, and something more. Probably this or the next card. Sorry bro, I need to think. We only get 1 card, so I don't like this play super much. I think we just attack. Because we want this lifelink, we don't ninjutsu anything. If we target it with a tap, they will hexproof it and then kill Kaito with 1 attack, so that's not a great deal. Alright. If we only take 3 damage, I'm fine with it, because then we go Curiosity and our opponent doesn't realize how far ahead we'll get. Oh my god, of course they don't have white mana. So I think we go with this. They don't have priority, which means we can go for the challenger. We know they cannot protect it in any way. Alright, so I kinda messed up because I forgot they actually can get mana screwed. It didn't happen for so long. So they didn't have the protection part of the deck, and yeah, we really messed them up here. Alright guys, so let's talk about this deck, because I actually had a lot to say about this one, and I'm so happy it worked exactly as I hoped it will. But first, a huge thank you to our amazing patrons, you know, just for supporting the channel, for caring about this long-term future for our content. And you guys are awesome, so thank you for that, and it is really appreciated. So for this Dimir, I knew it would be good. However, I wasn't really sure how much of a difference like the Cutthroat will make, and I have to say, after playing this deck. Man, this feels so good. Every time you interact with your opponent, it gets better. And even against red decks, like if that's a 7-6 or something, they actually cannot ignore it anymore. And if you can, trade against their creature plus pump spell, it actually gives you so much more power than, just giving Mastermind or Siren. Like those aren't very high statted creatures. And even though it starts as a 2-1, so honestly, pretty good base already. Every turn it just gets better, and it kind of forces a removal on your opponent. Even if your opponent like plays Annex, Ritual Chamber, you can actually go around, above it with a 7-6. It's actually not super hard to do, and then you can just force a block every turn. So even in this kind of deck, damage matters. In the end, you need to kill your opponent with pure damage, and this really speeds up the clock. On top of this, with Enduring Curiosity and the Praetor, and honestly, I'm not sure exactly what the ratio is. I think Curiosity is a little, like it's better than Geeks, just because of the fact that you can, get the value after it's dead. However, it's 4-drop. So on curve, if you have Geeks, it's actually insane advantage. Man, if you go Sailor into Cutthroat into Geeks, like, come on, this is probably game-winning advantage, just drawing 2 free cards on top of, having 3 different creatures, and kinda all of them need to be removed. And honestly, the shell was already so good before the expansion that I think with this addition, it's just great. Honestly, with Crawling Barrens, you also have a lot of pressure, so even though Reef is really good still, because once you activate it once, you already get a 4-4. To get this Barrens to 4-4, you need to activate it twice. However, every activation after this just scales, and you can even pump it before attacking first, so you can kinda stack the power until your opponent taps for something, and you can just hold the mana with Curiosity, and it's either Curiosity or Barrens, so you actually get so much stuff. And in the worst case, we are playing all the reefs, so you basically get another reef, so you have 6 creatures. And you have seen, I think in one of the games, if you have this enchantment of Curiosity because the cat died, you still get so much value with Reef. Just one activation, you get the card, or with Barrens, and you are actually back to the game, because on the next turn you probably have 3 new cards, and that's probably enough to play the full turn, and suddenly your opponent just is full top deck mode, and you are just here spamming creatures, drawing cards, and getting to those bad Spell Stutters and stuff. Of course, don't forget about interaction with Spell Stutter and Mastermind, because it's a fairy, so you can get this a little bit, mana leakish effect. And that's kind of it. I like the deck. We ranked up with this one, and it felt really nicely because we played against a lot of good players with high ranks, so you can clearly tell that it's not a coincidence. The deck was strong, and I think it got even stronger with this set. So yeah, I hope you like it. That might be one of the best decks we have showcased, just for pure ranking, just because the games are pretty quick. You don't have those 15 minutes show matches between control and control. This one gets the job done very quickly, very strong, efficient, and it's also fun because you play it like a Dimir control a bit. So yeah, it's probably a good choice, and I hope it will work for you. So thank you guys for all just great comments, and this is a crazy time for me, so I might not respond to all of them, but I'm trying to read as many as I can. So thank you for that. I hope you like it, and see you guys tomorrow.